Hello crafters, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome back if you're a subscriber. Today I'm going to make a fun Christmas card with you, and I'm going to use some products that have been sent to me by Wow. I was asked to be a designer for the month of December for them, and they sent me some lovely products. I got an embossing tool, embossing pad, and lots of embossing powders from them. So I'm going to use those in today's card, and I'm also going to use products from my stash. I'm going to make a fun folding 3D folding card, and I have made some of these on my channel before, and I will have a playlist to them down in the description. So if you'd like to see more of this style of card, then click on that playlist. So let's have a look at the products I'm going to use today, and let's start making our fun Christmas card. So these are some of the wonderful products that I got sent from Wow. I got an embossing pad, and this is a slow drying embossing pad. So it allows you more time to get your embossing powders onto the sticky ink. I also got a plethora of wonderful powders for embossing. I do have gold and white in my stash by Wow, but I don't have, these are all new to me, and I'm so looking forward to using these on my cards going forward throughout the year, not just for the month of December. So these are all the products that were sent to me by Wow, and I'm looking forward to using them with you. I'm also going to use some other products from my stash, so let's have a look at what they are. So I'm going to make a fun 3D folding card, and I have a couple of these now on my channel, and I have a playlist for those. So if you have a look in the description, there'll be a link there to the playlist for other cards that I have made. But I really do like this as a fun Christmas card to send to family and friends. So I have the wonderful die set here, and I'll leave a list to the products that I use down in the description below as well. So check out that description if you're looking for something in particular. So I've got the main mechanism. This is a 3D folding mechanism, and I have all my pieces here that I'm going to use from that. Now all I'm using is this piece here. If I turn it over, you can see it's this piece here. I have die cut that out 4 times, and I have glued 2 together. I'm using 300 GSM cardstock, and that makes this like a chipboard piece. I also use some construction glue. My favorite is Kalal, and I've used that to glue these together. And this is going to be the stand or the feet for our card. So I have 2 of those. I'm also using one of the Christmas trees from this set. Again, you can use whatever you have in your stash. This is the vintage Christmas, and I have my lovely Christmas tree here. I have cut this out of green cardstock, and I hope if I bring it closer you'll see. I have embossed it using the lovely gold embossing powder from Wow. I love the way that catches in the light. And then I've ink blended over it in a darker green color, and that gives us lovely shading to our tree. I've used a blue, it's kind of a bluey purple Posca marker, and this is brilliant. This was a game changer this year for me doing my Christmas trees. I usually use Nuvo drops when I'm putting little ornaments on my trees, but the Posca pens worked really, really well on colored cardstock, and I just love how this turned out. So that's my tree. Then I have this set, it's a gnome's life, and I have a couple of fun little gnomes here, and I have these already stamped and colored using my alcohol markers. I've also die cut out this, it's a die and a stamp set. So what I have done is I've stamped this using the Wow stamping embossing pad. I've then used some black embossing powder on it, and I love the sheen that that gives on our Santa and the reindeers. And then I've die cut it out using the die. So I have that ready to go. I have 2 of these on here, but I did a couple at the one time, so I would have plenty to use. So that's from that. And then finally, I have stamped some images, and this is from the Creative Stamping issue 139. Now this is an older magazine that I have in my stash, and I loved that it was stamps done by Sam Calcott from Made to Surprise. So what I did was I stamped out the images that I wanted. I colored those in using my alcohol markers. I scanned this using my printer scanner, and that way then whenever I want these images, I just print up a new set of images and cut them out and they're ready to go. So I have those all ready as well. I've also taken a couple of pieces of cardstock. Now altogether I have 7 pieces of cardstock, and these are just all different heights, but I'll quickly run through these. I have 2 pieces that measure 6 1/4 by, we'll say 3 1/4, and I have 2 of those. And what I did was I put these 2 together and I cut out a snowbank. Then I took some ink, and this is Distress Oxide ink, and I just went around the edge. Now what I did was I opened these up like so, and I've put some red liner tape on them because these are going to be our panel where I'm going to add some acetate. So I have a piece of acetate here, and this piece measures 6 1/4 by 7 1/4. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to sandwich my 2 snowbanks like so on this piece. And that way then I'll be able to slot these into my little stands that I have here. So in order to get my slots on all my pieces, now I just want to tell you that each of these has been double cut. So what I've done is I've taken 2 sheets of 300 GSM cardstock and I glued them together. And then what I did was when that was dry, I cut my sheets down to size. So I cut them down to 6 1/4, and then I just cut snowbanks out of them, and I need to have 7 of these. So that's what I've done, and you can see there's some descending order there on these pieces, so I can have them like so. Now I've also taken another die from my stash. You could use a circle die or an oval die. I've used this one. I don't actually have it to hand on the desk, but again I have a list down below and you'll be able to see what that one's come from. So what I've done is on all these pieces I have taken one of, and I'll show you here on this die, I've taken one of my dies and I have cut out, this is one of them, and I'm using this as a template. Now I have one here which I keep as a template all the time, and I have it marked. And what I've done is I've gone on to each of my snowbanks and I've put the left hand corner on the left hand of my snowbank. I've laid it down like so. I took a pencil and I just drew in where the opening was. Then I slid the template over and I made sure these corners lined up, and then I drew another line. And what I did was then I took my scissors and I cut out the pencil line. Now you really just want to cut away the pencil line, but it's really easy. So I have done this with all my pieces. So all together I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 snowbanks, but these 2 are going to be sandwiched together, so they really count as one. And then I have these 2 pieces because we have 7 slots in our little piece here, so I wanted to have 7 pieces. So that's all our pieces for our actual card itself. We have all our lovely little images that I have cut out. We have our Santa on the sleigh. We have our lovely Christmas tree. I've stamped up some snowballs as well, and I have used my very pale blue alcohol marker on those. And I've also die cut out a Christmas, and these are from the Made to Surprise Big Words. Again, they'll be listed below, and I have that down, but I want to stamp a happy so I can have a happy Christmas, and I'm going to have this on my acetate so it'll look like it's floating up here, with Santa then will be under here. I think this will make a really fun Christmas card. So I have some of my embossing done already. I will emboss my happy, and I may just put a sentiment down here as well, from our home to yours. I'm going to have a look and see what I have in my stash, and again I'm going to emboss that on because I do like the shine that you get when you do heat embossing. So that's all our pieces. Let's go ahead now and do some assembly of our card. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my snow acetate. If you've just got ordinary acetate, you can actually make some yourself. Again, use some white Posca marker. You could use Tipp-Ex. You could use some white paint that you have, or gouache. But this is one that I purchased, and yeah, I just got it on Amazon. So that's what I'm going to use. So I'm going to speed through this piece of the assembly. I'll put some Christmas music on, and then we'll get to decorating. So here you can see I put my two snowbanks together and the acetate was sandwiched between it. And what I did was I cut away just on the right side of my pencil line and just on the left side of my pencil line to give my little slots. Now I'm adding all our snowbanks to our two standing pieces, and you'll see I'm adding a little drop of glue to the top of each snowbank slot. That will ensure that the snowbanks don't actually pop out when the recipient gets them. I have my arched panel here in my stamping platform. I'm adding my stamped sentiment, which says, "To you and yours." I've used my embossing buddy on it, and I've stamped it using the Wow embossing ink. I'm going to add some of my ebony, which is black embossing powder. Funnel that back into my tub and then bring my heat gun to it. Now this panel it's double the thickness. It's two pieces of 300 GSM glued together, and it absolutely was great to heat emboss with. I'm going to take another little piece of cardstock. Again, I've used my embossing buddy, my embossing ink, my ebony embossing powder, and I'm going to heat that up as well using my heat tool. And on both of these, I used it on the second setting. I'm cutting it now by hand. I think that'll be good enough. Just straighten it a little bit, and then I can add that onto my acetate using a piece of double-sided tape. And I always use tape or foam tape with acetate because I find sometimes your liquid glue, it can dry and pop off the acetate. The foam pads that I'm using here on the Christmas sentiment are black. I'm using a white thin foam here for my Santa and the sleigh, and I die cut that out again in black. I can use my red liner tape for this, and then I'm going to stick this on the back. So when you look at the back of the card, it's going to be nice and tidy. You won't see the foam there. I'm going to do that as well with the Christmas sentiment, so it'll have that will cover up as well the foams, and it'll look much tidier on the back of the card. So now it's just a matter of embellishing, and you can see there anything that has been stuck onto the acetate. I only put the glue on the bottom part of the Christmas tree, which was going to stick to the cardstock. I didn't put anything on the back of the tree, which can be seen from the other side. That way I don't have to try and cover up where the tape would be. And the fun part then is taking all our little animals and our gnomes and putting them on. It's kind of hard to lie this down so you can see what I'm doing, but I'm just really gluing the bottom ends of my animals and my gnomes to my cardstock, to the snowbanks. On this little gnome, I wanted to cut his hands off because I wanted him to look different. My gnomes have both hands raised up, and so I cut both off first one, and then I thought, no, do you know what? I'm going to have them so as if the two of them have their arms outstretched. I do love how that looks. To cover up where the sleeve and mitten of the gnome was, I used a white gel pen just so it gave it that edged look like what's on all of our lovely animals and gnomes. I'm going to take one gnome and stick him to the back, and then we have that back arched layer there where we can write a little message to the recipient. So here we are with our finished card, and all I want to do now is add a little bit of sparkle with a Spectrum Noir sparkle pen, as well as some glossy accents onto the little gnome's nose and the bears and the penguins, etc. So I'll do that now and I'll let that dry, and then I can take some pictures. But that is our fun Christmas card. I'm going to move you up now so we'll come away from the desk, and I can show you the card and how it looks. So let's have a look at our card. And isn't that so much fun? There's lots of dimension when it's up, but again, once you fold it flat, there's very little dimension in it. The acetate stands up nicely. Of course, it'll depend on what acetate you use. You don't have to use acetate here. You could just use a square of cardstock. Maybe one with a scene on it would look fabulous. And then to write the message, there is room at the back just here. I mean, you know, if you want to put a letter in, put a letter in. But I love the idea of this. I didn't decorate very much in the back because you don't really see the back, but I did like the idea of popping a little gnome there. So that is our fun Christmas card, our 3D folding Christmas card using the fabulous products from Wow to do our heat embossing, as well as from Made to Surprise to give us all these fun animals and fun images. So thank you very much for joining me today. Thank you, Wow, for having me as a guest designer for the month of December. And thank you to all my subscribers who watch. And to you, if you're new here, thank you so much for joining me too. So until next time, take care, stay safe, and bye for now. Bye-bye.